somebody in the building today that I've been working with for years and years and years, very, 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 very long time. You are not brand new to Tampa Mystic, you know what I'm saying? We've been working for a very long time, and I appreciate you because you always keep it real with me. Introduce yourself.
I go by Flawless to Don, and yeah, I mean, I appreciate you. You're a blessing in the things that I've been trying to do, so, you know, it's all love.
Word. That's what's up. Let everybody know where you checking in from.
All the way from Houston, Texas, where it's hot as hell, so I appreciate the weather in Atlanta.
Ooh, Lord, it is
So,
super
You appreciate the weather.
You go to Texas and you'll probably appreciate it too. Texas be like 110 at like 9 o'clock at night.
You don't understand?
It's ridiculously hot. I remember being out there. I had went out there to, I think it was Dallas, and it was nighttime, and it was like so hot. I'm like, man, this is crazy as hell.
It's spicy. It's the humidity.
Right, exactly. That's what's up, man. So how long you been doing music?
I've been doing music for about 6 years consistent.
Okay, that's what's up. So you've been doing it. We've been working, it seems like damn near since you started.
Yeah, at least.
We've been working for a long, long time, and one thing I can say about you is you stay consistent.
I try, you know.
No, you do.
Yeah.
Big difference. Don't try and do it. It's two different things.
I know Tampa, you said try. I was like, no, Tampa not coming. She said, I'm trying to get through traffic. I said, no, she's not coming. She never says try.
Let me tell you something. Today was a try moment. They tried my nerves. Like Atlanta traffic tried to fuck out of me. You know what I'm saying? They tried me. But I made it here. That's a blessing. So
It did get bad. I wasn't expecting that.
Ooh, Lord Jesus.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
And of course,
That cut everybody here.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
it's nothing but artists on the expressway. Trust me. Everybody is trying to be an artist. Everybody was on the expressway.
Yes, they all trying to
going
come
to
here.
a different radio station. They eventually get their way around to how you need to be in Tampa. Trust me, everybody on the expressway is a fucking artist. So why are you that artist?
I'm going to be out there too then, I guess.
Right, that's what's up, man. So let's just talk about Houston for a minute. You're from Houston. What's the music scene like in your city? Give it to me real, raw, uncut. What's the music scene like for artists like yourself coming up in the business?
The Houston scene is Houston. Exactly what Houston is the Houston music scene. It's a big ass pot of a whole bunch of artists with different styles, different genres. We're unique and we stand out. It's a market out there to move your music, but to get into the market is easier said than done. If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, it's out there. It's just about making the right connections, shaking the right hands, and, you know, moving your music.
It's facts in business, period, not just music business, but a big part of it is who you know, not what you know.
Yeah.
Relationships are absolutely everything. And one thing that I really learned, especially moving to Atlanta, is that relationships will put you in places that money can't.
Okay.
And if you think about what I'm saying is facts, and such an ideal with it, we get a lot of artists that come our way who might have a bag and they want to work with us, but they're an asshole, their music's not right, blah, 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 something. It don't matter how much money you got. If you're an asshole, I don't want to work with you. But guess what? If you come to me and maybe your bag ain't quite right, but you're real cool and you're humble and down to earth, that relationship you build with me it's going to put you in a position that guy over there with all the money in the world can't get into. You know what I'm saying? So it's like building relationships and having a good face card is everything, especially in this business. It's really important. Is Fastlane from your city?
OTV,
Dog ass. I rock with him. It's so funny because I reached out to his manager, Peanut, is that his name? I think it's Peanut. I reached out to him and we sent him some beats from my producer, and they've been real receptive, like hitting me back, and you know, so I see he got a big movement out there.
Yeah, on the bus. I've seen them in a few clubs, but for the most part, that record is dope.
Yeah.
You know, so.
It is a really great record. It made its way out here fairly quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like they playing it out here in the clubs and everything already.
That's major. Anybody making moves out of Texas, I'm fully supportive.
And that's good, exactly, because someone like that's buzzing right now is going to help open up some doors and pave the way for other Houston artists.
Yeah.
Because people, guess what? People are going to be really paying attention to Houston now. You feel me? And that's what I do. Is like I on my social media, I'll look at different DJs from other cities and see who that they're posting. That's how I found out about Fastlane. Was a Houston DJ posted him. I was like, yo, that record hard. Let me go do my homework. So you know what I'm saying? Which is good because someone like him should open up the doors for other artists out of the city. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to the homie OTB Fastlane. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So how many projects, EPs, mixtapes, albums have you put out so far in the 6 years that you've been really doing this?
I got 4.
Okay.
I got 4. Live from the Cell Phone, Live from the Cell Phone 2, Break the Silence, and then Thank God It's Flawless, my latest project.
Right. And I like that quote too. You hashtag that.
Oh yeah, that's my movement, TGIF. Thank God It's Flawless. You see me out in the streets today, I'm rocking something different, but later on you'll see TGIF, my ink, my imprints on the back with me, and the cartoon emoji, at the favorite vlog, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Run up the follows, comments, and emojis.
So that's what's up. So for each project that you've put out, you said you put 4, like going into the next one, like how would you say that you evolved between each one? Because it's, this elevation.
Yeah, I say every time I do music, I get better, wiser, just try to move smarter. I've been able to make good relationships, of course, with you, a few people in the city. Cassius Kane has always been, keeping the arm around me, so I appreciate him for that. And, it's just evolving. Like with your music, you should evolve as an artist as well. So
absolutely.
From promotions to marketing, to
everything,
social media, everything. Just keep going, keep pushing.
Definitely. And you have to really study music. There's a lot of artists that they want to make music, but they really don't know what music is, like, to actually create it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool just to get in the studio and sing or rap or whatever, but you got to understand the music.
Yeah.
That's how you make a good record. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think you got to experience something.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people, they just get on the record and try to just be like Future. Be like Who's Hot. Like, do your own thing. Find out what works for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what it really boils down to, is finding out what works for you. Because what works for that guy over there, or that guy over there, or that one right there behind the camera, may not work for Flawless. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely got to figure out what works for you and stick with that.
Yeah.
So for people who have not had the opportunity to hear your music, and we're going to play some in a few minutes, like, how would you describe your sound, your current sound? I know your sound changes, over the years. Artists got to find their sound. Like, currently, how would you describe it?
I would say I'm on the verge of a Drake type.
Some big shoes to fill.
Drake type Jadakiss. I like lyrical content. You know what I'm saying? That's what I pride myself on. But I like to make a great song too. So it's all on the mix of both.
Right.
So I'm unique in my own sense, but if I had to compare myself, those would be the two artists.
So yeah, Drake is a good example because like it's funny because me and shout out to Dave Skills, we talk about him as like he knows his limits. Like he don't be trying to like sing acapellas and stuff, but he be harmonizing and stuff, and it works.
Yeah.
Like he makes great records. He makes great music, and he can switch his sound up, but still stay consistent with it, and still sound good. So it's like if you in that realm, you're gonna be doing real good.
Undeniably one of the best artists of this time.
Word. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. What about visuals? Where can people go check out videos? What's your YouTube and stuff?
YouTube me, Flawless TD is the page. Flawless THAGON is the name. I got several videos up. Sober. Got 2 new ones in the works. 3 actually. I'm sorry. Opposite Stacy and To the Side, which is a song that I'm pushing this summer. It's pretty hot. The record is amazing. Several visuals, all shot by, directed by Pep. He's a Houston filmmaker.
Dope.
If y'all ever visit Houston, make sure y'all get in contact with him. You won't be disappointed.
Dope.
Visuals is reasonable, and you'll get the quality that you want.
That's so important too. Like it's really key to have a good videographer, that can capture that. Shout out to Low Country, one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really key because you can have a good song, but if your visual's not bad and it doesn't really like relate to what the song is about, it kind of can mess it up. Or just the opposite. If you have a record that's kind of maybe mediocre and people are like, on the fence with it, if you have a good video, that could really change the whole dynamic of the record.
I think that's what happened with the Tekashi and Nicki Minaj record, but
no, you're right. Absolutely. Having a good visual can change everything. You know what I'm saying? Because like people maybe understand it a little bit more, coming from the vision of, whoever directed it, which, obviously I'm sure the artist has some input in on it. You know what I'm saying? What else you got going on while you're out here in Atlanta?
a lot. Of course, we're doing this interview. I'm be going to the Cumberland Malls. I'm doing Patchwork Studios. I'm gonna fall through there, try to get a recording session in. Me and Kane link up later on. Such and Such telling me he got some events, so I'm trying to fall through any and everywhere. I'll be here for about 72 hours. I'm trying to be lit.
Yeah, trying to like make every second count. It's gotta make sense.
Exactly.
If you leave your city to go somewhere else on business, every second has to make sense.
Yes.
So let's talk about the record a little bit, like how you came up with the concept for it. In fact, just, let's talk about your creative process in general. It may be a little different from record to record. Some artists may step into the studio and freestyle that particular record, or some may actually write the record before they get there. Like, what is your typical creative process for putting a song together?
I gotta like the beat genuinely before I even touch it. But basically, I listen to the beat and then I just listen for the words. So if it don't touch me, I probably won't write to it. But if it touch me, it don't normally take no time to start the record. And that's all I know came about. We was in the studio, smoking and things like that, and it was the kickoff of everything. Thank God It's Flawless. It was my first single. So it was the kickoff of everything. It was just the process of going to jail, being in a relationship that, wasn't beneficial, and, losing packs and, getting shot at, things like that.
Right.
It's just a life story. So that's all I know is all about,
So,
the things I go through.
and that's good though, when you can put it out through your music rather than doing some other nonsense, because everybody handles that a little bit differently than what you go through in life, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
You put it through your music, other people are going to be able to relate to it. It becomes a relatable type record, because whatever you went through, somebody else went through the same shit.
I agree. I was just telling my mans right here about the same thing. Mean Gene, he got a record that I like.
Shout out Mean Gene in the building.
Yes.
That's what's up. That's dope, man. So you're going to hit a couple of events while you're out here. You're going to bless a couple stages and stuff?
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So
Win something.
what can people expect when they step into the building and Flawless the Don is about to bless the stage? What can they expect?
Energy, crazy energy, live performance, like no other. I try to give it all. So 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be sweating hard after I'm done. But you know what I'm saying. My main focus is to make you feel the music and nod your head. So if I do one of those two, I'm successful. You know what I mean?
So that's what's up, man. The projects that you have out, the music that you have out, is on all the digital platforms for people to go check out?
Right now, Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, all social platforms, SoundCloud, Audiomack. We're doing Flawless Fridays every 2 weeks. I'm releasing a new single, so y'all can get those. But it's everywhere.
That's
Indoor,
dope.
everything.
It's important and very, very, very key to have your music on every site, because not everybody uses the same ones.
Right.
Like, I only use Apple Music. That's it. And people will text me their Spotify link. I'm like, I don't use Spotify. I don't have
talking about that.
Yeah, I don't use that. So it's like, what you should do is get one of those smart URLs. You know what I'm saying? And put all of you can put, like, it's one link, but when they click on it, it'll have your link for Apple Music, it'll have your link for Spotify in one place.
Is that called like Bitly or something like that?
No, it's called Smart URL.
Smart, okay.
Yeah, you can put your video on there. It's really dope. You know what I'm saying? It's a free service. I think they have some paid stuff where you can do, but for the most part, you can use the free part and have everything in one spot. That way, I can choose where I want to stream it at.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that works.
Well, I'll show it to you, a little bit later. But that's
Please.
definitely the spot that you want to have it. Get you a Smart URL. I was actually reading online today too that Facebook and Instagram is going to allow to start monetizing your music. I said, that's huge. That's huge, because, and I'll say that to say this, and we're going to get into your record. Like, my artist Dave Skills, he and I were talking last night about the new video we just dropped. IG now has IGTV,
Right.
and you can put your whole video up there. So I was like, that's cool, but when you put your video on YouTube, you have the option to monetize it. You know what I'm saying? Where people get paid, for having paid advertisements. So it's like, we were talking about putting the video on IG, so it kind of takes away from your YouTube. But guess what? Now, if IG allows you to monetize,
It's all one link.
I was like, it was just a matter of time for them to start doing that. So I thought that was really dope, and I actually wanted to share that. Shout out to TJ's DJs. I seen him post about it today. So that's big. The music change is evolving and every day.
This is all news, you know what I'm saying? From the smart URL to the monetization of all the social media. So
Facts. That's dope. See, you know what I'm saying? We have a plethora of knowledge over here.
Yes.
Knowledge is power.
Powerhouse.
Word. Shout out to Flawless the Don. Let everybody know where they can keep up with you and follow you on your social media.
Again, at the favorite vlog, THE favorite vlog, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Snapchat if you're on there, Flawless the Don, THADON. YouTube me, my videos will pop up. We're streaming heavy on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Google Play, whatever you do. Flawless, THADON. fuck with me.
All right, and then I gotta get a little video because I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Houston is in the building. Flawless the Don is here with us
Southwest.
today. You know what I'm saying? Doing big things. We've been rocking for years. I need to ask you one question. What is your definition of grind?
My definition of grind is a daily competition with yourself to better yourself from yesterday and to continue to push forward to your goal. That's my definition of grind.
You know, it's funny that you say that because one thing I always talk about is the only person you're in competition with yourself. Whatever you did yesterday, you got to outdo that shit today. Same thing with like last year. People talk about they have like New Year's resolutions and shit. Fuck all that. Just think about outdoing yourself. If you did 10 radio interviews last year, you better do at least 11 this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
You got to one up yourself. Fuck what everybody else is doing.
On the come up.